great deal, I think.
Do you feel the same?
Yeah, I feel like poetry has really come along. I feel like right now it's like accelerated growth in the poetry scene because there are a lot of poets coming up and there are a lot of events, and poetry is being accepted even in corporate events. I was talking to the guys who've been doing it for a long time, Akina Teardrops, and they're telling us, you'd go to a place and tell somebody, I want to perform spoken word. They tell you, what's that? You give him a little sample, they tell you, ifanyangu huku. You get. So I feel like those of us who've come after them, we are a little luckier because at least they've paved the way. People know what spoken word poetry is, for accepting it, and a lot of places, even you're being called to weddings right now to do poetry. That was unheard of. You're being called to corporate events. Safaricom holds a meeting for their CEOs, and they want poetry there. So it's a growing field, and right now I feel like it's the fastest it's growing.
It's amazing anyway, and that creativity is really helping. That, you know, it's not just, you know, just going there and you know, saying lines and getting done with it. You you know, you put in other creative ideas and make a whole like event or something. So then who inspires you, or who is your favorite poet?
My favorite poet internationally is this lady called Sofia Thakur. She's a beautiful writer. I like the way she does like her videos. From just watching her video, you can tell what, like she puts you in that mood even before she starts talking. Locally, I look up to people like Dauphin, Mufasa the poet, there's Mombi. We don't have a lot of ladies, but Mombi is really good. I really love her writing. And Nadia Mukami, she's not a poet, but she started out as a Swahili lyricist, and she's really good in her writing. You can see she puts thought in what she writes, just not saying words that rhyme. So I really look forward to people who are with depth.
Okay.
Okay, so there's this lady from South Africa called Koleka Putuma. Once I saw her work, I immediately fell in love because she's not scared of tackling topics that people shy away from, controversial topics. There's a poem she did called Water. I think it's her most controversial. Also internationally, there's a group called PIA of gospel poets, words by Ezekiel, Janet X, Jackie Hill Perry, and several others that form the group. They really inspire me because they are guys who have been doing tours, world tours of poetry. That is unheard of. People do music tours, people do other things, but poetry,
that is
unheard of. And I think those are the levels that I would love for us to hike to. Locally, I'd say Mufasa is my greatest influence. The first time I saw him, I was like, I want to do that. I want to be able to do that. So Mufasa is my greatest influence. I have also been inspired by Dauphin, Goofy, and quite recently Istonic. He's not been around for that long, but he puts effort in his work.
Wow, nice. Big up to those people. So now let's talk about this event that also is
inside
reason,
this skull.
Inside the skull. Blah 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 skull. Anyway, inside the skull. Someone actually. Anyway, it's such a long story. So let's talk about that. Bonjour, you can tell us.
Okay. So Inside the Skull, this will be my second time performing at Inside the Skull. And the first time I performed at Inside the Skull, I did a piece called Haunted Spaces. A lot of people related to it. I actually had to do a video and put it on YouTube, and a lot of people related to it. It was about, you know, like the people think if you're having just sex with random people, the random hookup that has become the Kenyan lifestyle right now. You just meet somebody at a club and you go to his place. The only thing you need to be careful about is being pregnant or getting AIDS or STDs. You're forgetting that sex can mess you up, like emotionally and mentally. So this edition, it gets more personal because it's inside the skull. What goes on inside my head, the stories nobody knows, from my childhood all the way to how I feel about a lot of different things, to breakups. I'll be just talking about myself basically in a very expressive. Actually, I'm not sure I'm going to be able to perform that because it's so personal, it's so real, so raw. There's nothing I'm censoring this time around. I'm just going all in.
But I think the beauty is people seeing the raw you. Like,
I used to hide behind a screen name. That's when I could put like the raw me. But when I started performing, I used to censor, trying to sound, correct. Kuna vitu hatuwezi sema. But this time I was like, you know what? Let me just do it 100%. Maybe after the performance, I will run away. I don't know what will happen, but
But I think I agree with her. It's so difficult. As much as that is the magic of it, that is the beauty of it. Being able to strip yourself. There's a line I love from a poem I did. It's called "Poetry Is." That poetry is the courage to strip yourself naked to the bone. Like, you bring yourself on stage and you're showing people, this is who I am. It is hard. It's very, very hard. I think I'm with her on that, because there's a piece I have been working on that I have not been able to put on stage yet. It has a lot of me in it. This is my first time, by the way, gracing the Inside This Skull stage. I have worked with Taylor before. We did an event together. We were featured together at Part2 at Michael Joseph Center. I featured him in my event the other day, so he has also featured me in his event, which is really cool. So it's my first time working with him. It's an audience that I have not experienced before, but what I am looking forward to is as well giving them an authentic part of me, because I think once someone has come to an event and they go back home, they need to be able to think about something. Don't just strike their mind, strike their heart as well, strike their soul as well. So not to give too much away, but I think it's going to be one of the most authentic things I've ever done yet.
All right.
Yeah.
So if guys want to come and watch, how can they reach out?
Okay. We have early bird tickets that are going for 300 shillings, but the sale is going to end on the 5th of October. Then from there we get now to the advance, and some will have to pay at the gate. Just follow us on the Inside the Skull has an official page on Instagram. It's called at Inside the Skull. We also our personal handles. We have posters. We have details for all the shows we're going to be doing, Inside the Skull being one of them. And yeah, Twitter, Instagram, basically Twitter and Instagram right now. That's how they can reach us, talk to us, we'll give them details. So just follow the official page for Inside the Skull, and they'll get all the details they need. But early bird tickets go on sale up to 5th of October.
Okay. So you said, where will it be at?
What?
Where will it be at?
The event?
Yes.
It's not confirmed yet. Yeah, so I don't want to say here, then it's moved.
But as long as guys follow you on social media, then they will be updated.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, guys, for coming.
Thank you for having us.
It's been such a pleasure, to host this two young, brilliant, funny people. Yes, guys. So we still have so much more right here on the show. We still have a couple of more artists to, interview, and we are asking you guys, do you really know the person you're dating, and how well should you know your partner? Of course, text us on 22162, starting with the word circuit. Social media handles at Ecircuit TV show. For now, Digitalk is going to take us back to the music, so don't go anywhere.